My friends used to call me Fat Chin since I was 9, and the nickname stuck with me all the way until I graduated from college. I have a horrible genetics. Whenever I eat more, my face is the first place to store fat. But then I found a solution that changed everything. I learned how to lose my face fat. I had no idea my face would look that slim. If I can do it, trust me, you can too. Hi everyone, I'm Steven, a nutritionist from HKU and a current physio student. Stick around and I will show you exactly how I lose my face fat. First, let me clear up a big myth. You can't target fat loss from one specific area, including your face, belly and legs. The distribution of fat is largely determined by genetics. Face exercises or expensive creams won't work. For example, men tend to store fat in the belly and women often store fat in the lower body. You can't control where you store or lose fat. No matter how hard you work on abs or face exercises, you won't magically get six-packs or defined jawline if it's still covered by a layer of fat. So you need to approach fat loss from a whole body perspective. To lose your face fat, you need to lose overall body fat. That means you have to achieve calorie deficit. When you eat fewer calories than your body needs, your body starts burning fat stores for energy and eventually you will see changes in your face. You may say, I've tried dieting and lost 10 pounds already, but it didn't work. Yes, for those of us who store fat mostly in the face, it might take longer for the face to catch up. So you have to be patient and keep dieting until you achieve the look you want. In my experience, I started seeing changes in my face after sticking to a calorie deficit for a few months. It wasn't instant, but little by little. I'm not gonna lie, there's no quick fix, but it's worth it. Achieving a calorie deficit was tough for me because I love eating and I hate strict diets. But I found a way that works. Here are 4 tips for anyone who doesn't want to follow a strict diet but still wants to get fit. Tip number 1. What gets measured, get managed. Wake yourself every morning after going to the toilet and record it in an app. If you don't have the data, how do you know if you are gaining or losing fat? You can't. Track your weight daily and then calculate the average weekly weight to see if you are in a calorie deficit. I've seen many people compare their weight on one day of the week to the same day of the following week, but that's inaccurate. Our weight fluctuates daily. You can be 1 kilogram heavier than last day simply by storing more water in your body. The best way to reduce error is to get the average numbers. Once you have 2 weeks of data, compare the average. If your weight increases, reduce your food intake. If you stay the same, make a slight adjustment. If it drops, keep your consumption the same until you hit a plateau. Try not to lose weight too quickly. Aim for 0.25% to 1% decrease weekly. Losing weight too fast risks losing muscle and make you feel hungrier. Second tip is move more. It's easier to achieve a calorie deficit by combining diet with exercise. I'm not asking you to do intense workout or go to the gym every day. Just walk more. Aim for at least 8,000 steps a day. Check your iPhone health apps to see how many steps you are getting now. You might be getting only 5,000 to 6,000 steps, so try to increase it to 8,000 then 10,000. Don't underestimate it. It adds up and makes a huge difference. And I have to remind you, don't drastically change your lifestyle when you start dieting. You have to gradually increase your exercise frequency and intensity. Many people believe they need to train super hard and eat super clean once they start cutting, but actually few of them can sustain that for months. If you don't enjoy it, you won't stick with it. Make exercise fun. Go for walks or runs with friends. If you are new to the gym, start by going once a week. You have to keep this habit for 3 weeks and then increase to train twice a week if you feel good. Remember, enjoy the process. Tip number 3, sleep well. Get at least 6 hours of sleep each night. Sleep is essential for effective weight loss because when you are having a bad sleep, your body produces more of the hunger hormone and less of the fullness hormone. And this hormonal imbalance leads to increased cravings, especially for high-calorie, sugary foods. And let's be real, it's almost impossible to resist those cravings. At least I can't resist it. But that's not at all. Also, poor sleep can make you less motivated to work out. Think about it. How often do you feel like going for a run or hitting the gym after a terrible night's sleep? Not often, right? When I don't sleep well, I usually skip my workout, which makes it harder to maintain the calorie deficit. Also, whenever I don't get enough sleep, my face swells, especially around my eyes, which makes me look healthier than I actually am. You have to aim for 6 to 8 hours sleep each night, but it's not just about the quantity of sleep, it's about the quality too. Practice good sleep hygiene, avoid screens before bed, create a consistent sleep schedule, and keep your room cool and dark. Trust me, when you sleep well, your body and your face will thank you. Here is the last tip: correct your mindset. Losing fat is simple but not easy. Many people think they can lose fat without feeling hungry. When hunger kicks in, they get frustrated and angry. I used to be the same. A few years ago, when I was prepping for a bodybuilding show, I didn't know how to handle hunger and it made me angry every day. But I've since shifted my mindset. I now see hunger as a signal that I am on the right track. The leaner you want to get, the more you will suffer. That's inevitable. Your body doesn't know you are trying to get six-pack. It thinks you are starving. So our body will trigger all sorts of signals to make us eat. And that's why cutting feels so hard, because it violates our human natures. But once you adapt to it, it gets easier and you will start seeing the progress. Not everyone will have the high hunger level, but if you do, think of it as a signal that you are doing great. Remember limiting your weekly weight loss to 0.25 to 1% of your body weight. You will minimize the hunger. Now I embrace hunger. Of course, I still occasionally have some fast food, but I make sure I'm on the right track most of the time. Losing face fat isn't hard, but it requires consistency. Maybe you won't have a face as slim as a Korean idols, but with effort, you can become the best version of yourself. If I can do it, of course you can. Before we end, here is one more bonus tip. Consider skipping breakfast. I'm not saying breakfast is bad, but by skipping it, you may save a few hundred calories. I usually start eating at 1 to 2 p.m. This is kind of like intermittent fasting, but for me the only benefit is saving calories. But don't try keto. Keto is harmful. If you want to know why I think keto is one of the worst diet, check out my video here. I explain well in this video, and I will see you in the next video.